Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, what I'd like to go ahead and talk to you all about is social media, and more so, why I left it. So, I'll take you back to 2013, and that was the peak of my social media addiction. It got to the point where I was sharing things on social media solely because I would get anxiety when I would think about not sharing something. Right? Even if it was something I did not want to share, I could think of all the potential likes that I would get if I did share it and it resonated with someone. And that's not a very healthy place to be in. Now, I then flash forward to 2019. Around the 2015 mark, I stopped posting on Facebook predominantly. I was just getting too much negativity. Even if you were trying to be a positive person, you would be attacked for trying to be positive, and someone inevitably would twist your words and whatever into their narrative, and that is still very much the case today. But 2019, I am rebranding and trying to stream on Twitch, so I created Twitter, and then I realized, I'm also writing a book. I could really promote on social media that way. Well, then I got really big into pro wrestling. Anyone who is a long time viewer of the channel knows that I love pro wrestling. I haven't watched it in a little bit, kind of in a break period right now, but they know that I used to really love it anyways. And so AEW is forming the first big competition towards the juggernaut that is WWE, and I'm anti-monopoly by nature, so of course I'm supporting this, and I get dragged into this whole wrestling war, right? Even if I just am minding my own business and trying to talk about something, someone inevitably is attacking me, and it is very, I get very addicted to Twitter between 2019 and 2023, and in 2023 I was not myself. Twitter had gotten to a point where a tweet that I did not agree with would basically ruin my day. Like, how can people think this way? How are they so blind to feel whatever they feel? Blah, 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 blah. So I think that was kind of a moment in time where I was waning on my spirituality, because I was just way too entrenched. And that's the power of your perception, the power of your mind, and the power of your attention. I was giving my attention to something that I knew was toxic, and then was surprised that I was feeling anxious, negative on everything. But so long as people like this exist, the world's not going to get better, blah, 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 blah. Okay? We're here for a cosmic dance. It's light and dark, and people are playing their roles, and things are gradually getting better and better and better. But I was, again, kind of lost in that moment. But I took a step back, and I realized that the people that I was communicating with mostly were of this specific thought process. And I would go to them more than I would go to my personal friends. And I was just like, okay, like my real life friends, the people I talk to in real life. And I was like, all right, so these people are negative a lot. I started really breaking it down. Well, I'm feeling negative and I don't like it, but these people are also negative all the time. But I gave them my attention. I give this platform where people are negative and nasty to each other all the time my attention. And I realized the only way to break this cycle is to get off of social media. So in the summer of 2023, I didn't delete my Twitter. What I did is I deleted the app, and then I started using the mobile browser or my desktop. I really wanted to get that boundary back where the internet was a place that I visit, a physical place. The computer, I can only get on the internet or get on that site on there if it's something that I feel like is super urgent and I need to tweet it out right then in that moment. What I'll do is I will go on my phone, but I have to log in manually on the mobile browser that is designed to act horribly, so that you'll download the app. And then as soon as I'm done saying my spiel, I log out. That was the ground rules that I set for myself at that time. And flash forward to April of 2024, And that is my last tweet. That is the last time I had made a tweet. And at this point, you're like, Ken, that's not that impressive. It's only been a year. Well, it's been a year and a half practically at this point, but still, it's only been 1 year. And yes, that is true. But considering where I came from when I was giving most of my day to that website, to now where I'm at, where it's not even given much of a thought. The only time it's given much of a thought or energy, my energy, is when I'm talking about it, telling people, you're actually going to be a lot happier getting off of social media. And I do this very randomly, where I come on and I tell people that I'm so much happier after I have gotten off of social media. But people will then, you'll have that one guy, you're using social media to tell people to stay off social media. You're kind of being a hypocrite. Or am I just trying to be the person that is coming onto your feed and telling you to get off of social media? Because if that's the answer, if it's really that easy, where to take your attention back, you just simply log off, why wouldn't you take that step? Oh, well, you're willingly putting your head in the sand if you're not actively engaging and finding out what's wrong with the world. Okay. Or I can just admit that some problems are going to work themselves out. I once, recently, I got a comment about it's so difficult to be at peace when you have these, with everything happening in the Gaza Strip. You do realize that it is two factions that are thousands of miles away that you have no bearing on. If you did not have the rectangle in your hand that is connecting you to the literal sewage line of the world, so that every single second of every single day, all you're getting is sludge put into your being, in your mind, in your soul. If you didn't have that, you would be a much happier person. You wouldn't know what's going on over there. And it is two factions that have been warring at each other since before we were born, way before we were born. And it is like, they're going to do what they're going to do, because people entrenched in that hatred are going to do what humans always do, and they're going to try to take revenge on the people that hurt them. When the real enemy is the shadow that permeates every part of this world and is actively getting sustenance from our pain. And when you simply starve it of that pain, and instead you fill yourself with love and hope, it goes away. It goes away. Now, while that might be profound, or you might think that is silly, it honestly does not matter in the grand scheme of things. I felt called to bring you this message. I really want to tell people that don't engage and you will be happier. And there are going to be people that twist those words into negativity, and there are going to be people that wind up thanking me for telling them that, because once they feel okay to choose that, then everything gets better. But then the people that are hyper negative wonder why no one wants them around, and the people that are positive simply say, stop being negative. And that's where we're at with today. Try to be better. Choose happiness. Choose love over negativity. The problems that do not involve you will work themselves out as they are intended. And the world is going to keep moving on to the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Time is going to keep moving forward. We are going to continue evolving as we do, and things are going to get better. And you have to believe that, because the deeper you dig into science, the more that you realize, especially in the quantum realm, that your attention is very powerful. Where you put your consciousness is what grows, and you really can choose to be in a very peaceful life. It is well within your grasp. And whatever you're chasing, whatever you think is good externally is going to make you happy is a lie. You're going to get that thing, and it's going to hit hollow. And you're going to be like, that didn't give me the catharsis I thought it would. Because happiness comes from within. You cannot change your happiness by something external. You have to become happy, and then your reality will change in kind. And that is why social media is terrible and is toxic. And on the concept, I grew up with social media. It was great initially, and then it just got taken over, as everything does. And now our attentions are being hijacked, and people are living in this endless cycle of torment, and it's all willful. When all you have to do is log off, your torment is willful at that point, because it's so easy. It is so easy. Quit tuning in to the horrors that are happening thousands of miles away from you and focus on your backyard. Try to start a garden. Try to make amends with a friend that you haven't talked to in forever, for whatever reason. Because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to care that you spent so much time fighting something that you had such a little effect on, but the people around you, the relationships that you had failed. That's something that is going to haunt you until the moment that you pass on from this earth. But the good news is that we're all connected to God, to Source, and that everything is going to be okay. Whatever you chose, essentially, is what you came here to do. You may fail a mission, right? You may fail at your mission objective, but you'll just have the opportunity to do it again. That's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. And now that I have essentially gone off the deep end to some of you, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, because I like to end every video with on a note of hope and light and love. And now you understand why I'm not on social media. You can only find me here. You can only talk to me by commenting here or what have you. But either way, guys, that is what I have for you today. If you'd like to connect, please consider leaving a comment. Consider subscribing if this resonated with you. Share it with whomever you think would benefit from it. And guys, until the next time, my name is Ken, and I'll see you then.